Hello everybody, this is Dublin. Why don't you come drink and today eat with me? So I decided that we're gonna do a pairing test because everyone talks about Wagyu, 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 Wagyu. And yeah, it's good, but come on, is it that good? Is it that crazy? Well, maybe it is. So I have a piece here of a very rare Olive Fed Wagyu. So I'll show you a picture and I'll link it up below if you want to check it out. But this is supposed to be, you know, the bomb, the creme de la creme, if you will. So I thought we would check this out and see what wine pairs best with it. I did a lot of research for this, and a lot of different somms are saying you don't want a wine that's going to compete with such a delicate, buttery steak like this. So what you want is something that's going to complement it, bring out the flavors. And there were a lot of people that said, oh, you got to do Nebbiolo. You know, Panic is good for Italian, you know, style, Fiorentina steaks, whatever. I don't think it's really good for Wagyu. And I always thought, well, we shouldn't be Bordeaux. Yeah. But a lot of somms are like, no, you want to do Burgundy, red Burgundy, Pinot Noir. So I was like, well, let's see which one really works best with it. And I decided to go with the Chateau Beauséjour. It is a Semillon, and that means that it is mainly Merlot with some Cab Franc and a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon. But I wanted the Merlot because I thought it might be a little fleshier to go with this buttery steak. And then for the Pinot, the red Burgundy, I got a Pommard Premier Cru. And I thought those would be a good representation. Pommard, you know, is usually that medium-bodied, you know, it's not as heavy as the Romani Conti, you know, or a Vos Romani type of style wine, you know, Burgundy. So I thought I'd go with this one. And we'll see which one goes best with this guy. So, without hesitation, let's get at it. I'm going to start with the Burgundy. Let's do a little sniffy sniff first, see what's going on in this guy before we dive into the steak. Oh, very classic Burgundy. Oh yeah. The thing I love about Burgundy has that great balance between the earthiness and just those nice like fruits that kind of come out, red fruits, every time. Yeah, it's Premier Cru. It's good. Very medium bodied. It's not really going to compete with any meal that you have at all. So let's dig in here. Get some of this butter meat. Wow. That's really complex. It's not quite as just like a stick of butter. Some of the other A5 Wagyus I've had before, this actually really has like some interesting character coming out of it. It's not just fat. All right, like that. Let's go in with this guy. Not bad. I don't know, there's something about the red fruits going on in that glass that for me, it just doesn't say beef, you know? So there's a lot of other things I would pair with that wine, and I'm not sure that A5 Wagyu was one of them. So let's go in with our Semillon. See what's going on here. Ooh, baby! No, I love Bordeaux. I love Semillon. And those of you who are just like, Merlot, what are you talking about, Merlot? No, Merlot, Miles. It's, yes, absolutely, Merlot. Because it is very deep. It is full-bodied. It's maybe not quite as much of that, like, straight up pencil lead and earth and leather that like a Pauillac or something, you know, of the other banks, the left bank would have. The right banks, you know, a little more fleshiness with the Merlot, but it's still a big wine and can probably definitely stand up to something like this. Let's see. I mean, just perfume just launching from the glass. Oh my God. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, you can smell it's a touch of that oak. I love about Bordeaux, they always have a good balance between like new oak and used oak, usually like a 30%, not 50%. Beautiful florals, there's violets coming out. I mean, there's sage, plum, awesome black fruits, just gorgeous nose. This wine is killer so far, and I haven't even tasted it yet. I'm just gonna get right into this because I have a feeling this is gonna be like an insane pairing. Really good. We don't even need to go any further. This is, to me, this is the perfect pairing. You have elegance with elegance. You have complexity with complexity. I never had a cut of meat like this before, to where you're literally getting like tertiary flavors and whatnot going on in it. Really interesting. Really interesting. They say the olive fed, you're like, oh, does it taste like olives? I mean, no, not at all. I don't taste any olive at all, which is good. I don't think you want olive, but oh man. Just a beautiful beefy flavor coming out. And you get this perfumey, gorgeous Bordeaux with just these amazing currenty black fruits coming out with these undertones. It doesn't have like that slap you like in the mouth type of like leather belt situation. Let's not go there, but something like that. It's just like this gorgeous perfumey, beautiful plummy. It's like nice black fruits and like a little bit of like just hints of like oak just kind of rising around the edges. Absolutely fabulous. I mean, between this Wagyu and this glass of wine, you really can't have a bad evening. And like I'm always preaching, live it up a little bit. Go out every once in a while and go grab yourself something that you've never tried. I've never had this. And I've had some other A5s, but I'm so glad that I tried this because this is unlike anything I've ever had before. And this wine, beautiful, beautiful Bordeaux. And it's super young. This thing could age for 20 years. It just keep getting better, which is mind-blowing because right now it's like ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So I hope, I know I learned something, that you don't listen to Psalms. They don't know what they're talking about. No, I'm kidding. They're saying, everyone has their own preferences. For me, the Pommard is a beautiful wine. It just doesn't belong at the table with this guy. Not at all. I think like a nice piece of salmon, or I mean, really, you could do a lot of different things with that bottle. I mean, tons of different pork dishes. You could do like lamb. I mean, there's different things you can do with that bottle. Absolutely. It needs tons more time in the cellar. Another like, minimum 5 to 10 years, and like then you'd really be singing. Probably a lot more be going out. Let's actually take a quick revisit of this guy. I mean, the nose is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God. It's really, I mean, it's a really easy drinking wine. It's not going to compete with anything. So if you want like a perfect pairing, if you're a chef, you want like a perfect pairing of like a good bottle of wine that's not going to overshadow your dish. Bam, there it is. This one might nudge you out a little. This one is gonna kind of blow some people's socks off, to be honest. Like it's blowing me away. I'm just destroyed and I'm just absolutely loving it. But it's not making me forget that this is an insane piece of meat, an awesome Wagyu, and I'm really excited about this pairing. So if I ever opened, like a restaurant, I'd probably put this on the menu. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you maybe learned something from someone with a perfect palate. And go out there and treat yourself well, because you know what? Gosh darn it, you deserve it. Okay? You really do. Cheers.